Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. Today's process video will be more or less an introduction to show you guys the mini planners, digital planners that I use and the reasons why. I'm pretty sure somebody on Instagram who follows me says, well, just how many planners does Sherry use and how does she get it in her life? I would ask the same question. And I think for me, let me get into the video. Thank you for watching. And remember, if I can Bible journal, digitally plan, so can you. Let's talk. I know it may seem strange to have different planners and doing different things, and it can come across confusing because it's like, Sherry, is this really necessary? In all honesty, it really isn't. I probably can manage to squeeze all of my life into one planner. That's why people make life planners. But the planners that I have are kind of small planners, and I like to use them for specific things, and they make my life easier. And so I can just go from one planner to the other on my device without feeling overwhelmed. And honestly, I keep track of everything, and it's made my life a lot easier. So like, this is my Creative Faith and Company planner, and I use this strictly for day-to-day life, things that I do weekly. I keep track of personal appointments and things like that. Like I said, life things that's going on in the house, things that I have to do and places I need to go. And it's a really simple planner. Creative Faith and Company, she gifted me with this planner to do a review on it, and I really fell in love with it. It has a vertical layout. It's a different kind of layout than I'm used to, and I enjoy working because it's minimal and it doesn't take a lot of elements to decorate the page. Although I'm just a sticker girl, I love a pretty planner. I love a pretty page. So I use this mostly for life. Even though it's a life planner and more of a faith planner, I use it more or less for life and not so much the faith aspect of it, because I have other planners or other things that I do for that. And then I have my homeschool planner, which is very minimum. I don't even post any pictures concerning this homeschool planner. It's a simple homeschool planner. I keep track of what I'm doing with my son, things that I need to do and complete, and things that aren't complete. Just trying to keep track of this final senior year of life. And it's really small and simple, and it makes life easier for me. And so I throw a few icons on there to make it cute, but overall I just basically put things in it. And do I use it every day? I use it definitely weekly. Every day I don't. It depends on what I have to do, and if I have a list of things that I need to do, I do it. And then there's a monthly section where I keep track of all of his classes, and if anything changes, I can change it right here on this calendar. You see, if I did this plus my life plus church plus YouTube, there was no way that can fit in these boxes. That's just me. That's why I use different planners for different things. It just works for me, and it won't be overwhelming. Excuse me. I know what planner to go to do one specific thing. To someone else, that's a lot of work. For me, it isn't. I also keep in here some lesson plans. We're starting etymology lessons, and so the first 10 words, I just kind of like did a draft of it, and I just have it right there in this planner. And then I have my Calypso's, this is just a 1 month planner, but I've been using it for several months now, and I just use it to keep track of what I'm doing with my workouts. Again, I have new challenges that I'm doing, things that I want to keep up with myself concerning my workouts, and just how I'm feeling, and the reasons why I didn't work out that day. If I wasn't feeling well, or my body was aching, or like my pelvis was aching or something like that, then I can't work out. So I like to kind of keep track, and then I'm making some little fitness goals that if I complete these goals, then I can win a prize. As opposed to, thank you PGL Planners, as opposed to me just buying stuff and doing different things, I want to earn it. It doesn't matter if you have the money for it or not. I want to work towards something. And so if I do these specific challenges, then I will earn myself a treat. Something small, and if it's a bigger challenge, then something larger. And that's just the way it goes. So this is the planner that I use strictly for fitness, and that's it. And typically this is what a week would look like each day. Yes, I decorate it. Sometimes I can't get to it. Just throw some elements on the page, and then sometimes I can get real detailed with it depending on how much time I have. So you don't have to decorate all of the time. You can just write it down. But like I said, I love to throw stickers on it because I'm just a sticker girl. And this right here is my life list. It's not a planner, it's just a digital notebook where I do brain dump because I have so many things that are going on in my life and I really need to keep track of some things. So what I've done was I mark work, Derek, and home, and then I added a personal one and I highlight it according to the colors and I check off as I do it for that week, and I plug it into my different planners where it needs to go because this is all of my life, whether it's social media, YouTube, church, homeschool, personal life. I just brain dump it right there in this simple notebook, and then I can transfer it over to my other planners as needed. And then I am in my Planner Girl Meek planner. You guys are very familiar with this. She has a daily section, and that has really helped me with doing things that I want to do spiritually during the daytime and trying to complete those tasks. And then I have the weekly section that I set up. This is the monthly, but this is my weekly. Like this week, I keep track of what I post on Instagram and what I'm doing on YouTube and prepare. And then I also use it for church as well. So if there's something that's going on at church or something I need to do by way of emailing people at church, I do a lot of tech work for the church. Excuse me. I just jot it here so that I can remember to do it, and I just go back and I check off what I've done or what I need to do, and if it isn't complete, then I do it the following week. So it's really no pressure, and that's another thing I like about digital, is that you can just copy and paste it somewhere else. This right here is a passion planner. It's just a free planner. It only has a few pages in it. It was a trial because I did love looking at Ben Von Ali's physical passion planner. I love the way she set it up, and I just wanted to try it out. I haven't decided if I'm ever going to get it, but that was just something that I play around with. Here is PGL Planner, which is Planning a Godly Life, and I love this planner. I've been getting used to it. I bought it because it was 70% off and she was discontinuing it. She has other binder, planner, life planning planners that are similar, very similar to this and work the same way, but I think they're dated. This is an undated one, which I love, and I'm going to go through each section and show you the many things that are in there. Here we have the year at a glance, which is your 12 months and some personal goals that you may want to achieve in those 12 months. Work and or personal, you can keep track of it right there. I'm personally going to start this planner fully in January. Right now I'm getting used to setting up the pages, figuring out what templates I want to use, because there are a ton of templates, which I love options, because it makes it like a different planner, because you can plan according to your needs, which I love. And so now we have this 6-month vision board that you don't have to use as a 6-month vision board. You can use it for anything. It can just be a vision board for the month. All you have to do is take a screenshot of a white spot here on the page, which I'm going to show you right now, and then cover up the 6-month vision board, and you have whatever page you want. So I just resize it, cover it up, and there you have it. I can totally make this into anything I want, or I can just make this into a single vision board, let's say for January, and then on the other side it's for February. I may want to keep it all in one section, or I can copy this and put it in each month that I or we are in. So you can really customize this the way that you want to, and that's what I like about this planner. Next, we have the year project progress tracker, which is a really good idea in case there's some things that you want to do in your home or apartment and you want to track the project. You know, we have a lot of projects that we want to do: get new blinds, change the whole bed decor, clean out closets. Like for me, there's a couple of closets in the house that I really want to reorganize and clean, and so that will be a project that I would write down, and then I would just chart the progress as I complete the different closets in my house. And so you can, customize it however you want. Whatever project you want to work on, you just put it there. And then I like what she did with the progress part. There's up to like 100, so you can kind of track the percentage of what you've done, break it down into quarters, or you can break it down into thirds, or however you want to break it down, just to show that you are actively working on that particular project, which again is a great idea. Next, we have the weekly templates. There are a ton of them. So here we have the weekly templates, and I'm just going to flip through the several templates that are there, and you can simply, and I'll probably do another video, especially like for October, where I actually set it up and you can see me copy the template that I want to choose for that week and place it in that section, and then my dailies and things like that. So these are just the different options that you have for weekly. So many options depending on your lifestyle and how you want to navigate in it. I'm also going to do a video on how to navigate in this planner, because at the bottom right hand corner there's a little house which takes you home, and then in the upper left hand corner there's a little mauve pink colored square that will take you right back to the section that you are working in. So let's say we are in the daily templates. There's several different types of daily templates. If I click on the little square up top, it will take me back to all of my templates for daily, weekly, and things like that. But like I said, I'll show you in another video because I'm already taking up a lot of your time. But I really wanted to share this planner with you. Check out her shop. I'll put a link in it below, and she just has this wonderful shop. Her planners come with so many templates and inserts and vaults. You can access different things, and that's what I really love about it. Again, the options. So now we are in the budget section. As you can see to the left, there are a list of budget sections, things that you can do to manage your money, and who doesn't need that? You have your annual budget, and I love this jar which you can put in as savings. I think that is so super cute and creative. Back to this budget book, you have a debt tracker. You can track your debt, which is self-explanatory. I'm just showing you the debt, the beginning, the paid to interest, and then the ending of it. Sinking funds, which is something that I may try. I've seen some things on YouTube about that. You have your spending tracker, which is a great thing. I have to keep track of what I spend, especially on like Etsy shops and different planner and Bible journaling kit shops. I don't want to overdo it. I ended up spending a lot of money doing different things, and coins add up. They add up. So I'm limiting myself to a certain amount each month, and once that's complete, I'm done. And it can wait because I have a ton of elements that I can use over and over again and mix them up as if they're brand new. So you don't have to always buy different elements, but this is a way that I would use this. The store would be Etsy. The category for me would be the shop that I purchased from, and then instead of the balance, it would just be the plus sign would be how much I spent, or negative. I think I put it in the wrong section, but then I ended up seeing another budget section that is a little bit more like what I needed to do, like this, the date, the shop, what I'm purchasing and how much. But I'll show you that in a second. But I'm just giving you, an idea of how it can work. The next section is your membership and subscriptions. I have that, like Canva, Dropbox, and my iCloud, plus a Calypso subscription. Every now and then I do Vin Von Ali. I alternate every other month or every couple of months to get the subscription kit, but I need to keep track of it. I used to pay for these monthly. Monthly. But my husband was talking to me and he says it's just better to just pay it for the year, and you don't have to worry about it coming out of your account each month. So I put it all on one credit card, and I'm just going to pay that credit card off in a matter of 2 or 3 months, and I'm done for the year, which is great. It's going to save me some money. So I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you would work out the membership section of this budget planner. So she's really detailed in a lot of the pages that she created. She put a lot of thought into it, transaction logs. This is the one I said I would use more for my Etsy shop because it's a lot. I'm flipping back to show you. It's a lot, I think, simpler and easier for me to track on that page as opposed to the other page, because I can just put the date, the category, the amount, and how much. And then you have a monthly bill tracker. You can list your bills and check it off as it comes. Savings jar, how cute is that? You can see your progress and you can color it in. I'm still figuring out the cash envelopes. I guess it's something like for saving and like Christmas funds. I'm starting out with 0 and I can put a little money to the side to build up to save up for Christmas. So I'm working on understanding that. And then you have your income and how you want to manage your expenses and things like that. So very, very detailed, a lot of options that work for you. And then we're going to move into the devotional. Now the devotional, I'm going to keep all in one section. It is a devotional and it has the prayer journal. It has the sermon notes, Bible study. This is something I'm going to document because I met with Chella from Chella Creates and we did some digital journaling. I was trying to show her and I'm going to journal that page. But you have your sermon notes, which I will use as reflections because I take a lot of sermon notes and it would not fit on these pages. I know it wouldn't. And then I keep making the mistake and going back to the main section instead of hitting the little square to the left and going back to this section. And this is a Bible study. So if there's a study that you want to do, you can study it and break it down right there and keep it simply. The next one is prayer requests. And then the person, the prayer request, and the date it was asked, or the date that I prayed, not that it was asked. But there were a couple of people who had asked me to pray for them. So as a matter of fact, this week, so I'm just kind of like putting their names in. I know what I'm going to pray about. That's private. I'll put that in there privately. And then the date that I pray for these women every day, but I will definitely pray about their specific situations and so on. So you get the idea. Next, we have favorite scriptures. I'm going to use this section for personal scriptures to journal. Sometimes I come across scriptures and I end up writing them all over these sticky notes and I say I'm going to journal them, and then I lose the sticky notes or forget. So when I write them down or when I see them, I can just jot them down in this section right here, and then when I get a chance to, I can go back and journal it, whether it's in my Bible or digitally or in my TN, or wherever I journal, I'll have those scriptures right there. Almost done, guys. Next, we have answered prayers, and that's self-explanatory. The answers to your prayers, you can just jot it down so you can praise God for answering how he chooses to answer. The next is things to work on, something like a self-reflection for me. You can customize it the way you want, but like my confidence in the Lord or more self-control, things like that. So I can put that in there and I can pray over myself concerning those things. I love this section right here, and this is a section of daily godly things that I do, and I'm going to use that to pull into my monthlies. I think it's a great way to track what you're doing spiritually, and I do show you later on the section that I filled out for that, and I'll show that later. You got health and fitness, and so you have a sleep tracker, a self-care tracker, fitness tracker, period tracker, and mood tracker. And I'm just going to flip through so you can see those here. Sleep tracker, I can't wait to start this. I have an app for that. If you have like a sleep number bed, or if you have an app, it can track it for you, and I can just log it right here. Any self-care things, I can log right here. I like the mood tracker. I have to keep up with them, but I do like the mood tracker. You have your fitness, how your workouts, I can just log it because I have my fitness journal that I already use for fitness, but just to put it here to note that I did do it. And then you have your period tracker, whether it's no heavy days to a heavy day, you can track that. I think that's a really great idea, especially when you have to go to the doctor, and you can just track and let your doctor know what's going on with you. There's your mood tracker, and then there's a little square section over there where I can just jot down how I was feeling and why. And that is it, right, for the health and fitness. It's so many sections. Can you believe that, guys? Your notebook book sections here, you have so many templates to choose from, and I'm just going to let it ride. It's self-explanatory, all of the options that you have. Some people like to keep track of the shows and movies that they watch. You can track it here. You can just write the name of the show, put a little icon or picture of the show. Or if it's a show that you would like to watch, you can put it here as well and track it and just, check it off if you complete it or anything like that. And then you can write a summary about the show. If it's something like a series that you're watching, get an idea of it and jot it down. Again, a lot of people do that. So that's a really good idea. And then you have this style, which you can just write the show, the air date, and things like that. So some of the other templates are bookshelf, which is similar to the movie, but you have this way of tracking books that you read. You can color it, check it off, however you want to do it. And then there's another template for the books that I keep trying to flip back to, and I'm making a mistake. Oh, I have to hit the template. So you have that one in each month, and then you have the book here. You can put the icon of the book and then the name of the book. Again, you can do a summary of it. You can just track it by listing it. So there are many ways that you can track your book, and I think that's great for self-care. Meals and recipes, not my thing. I don't do the cooking. Overall, I don't, but there are some recipes that I want to keep track of. I told my husband he cooks so many different things. I need to keep track of it so I'll know what to have. But some people track their ingredients, their calories, and I think that's a wonderful thing. I struggle with eating enough calories, so these kinds of things I may be able to track to keep up with my calories, but that's really not necessary for me. But here's recipes. There are some things that I want to learn to cook, so I can just put it here, get the recipes, and then I'm usually the sous chef, so my husband can show me how to kind of work those things out. That's just, like I said, not my thing. But God just knows who we need when we need it, because food is not a priority for me. He loves to cook. It just worked out that way. So then you have some just other random templates. Like I said, in October, when I set up for October, I'm going to show you guys how I bring it all together and make it customizable for myself. You also have the household chores that you can keep track of. So she's made a well thought out planner. There's so many digital planners out there. You have to find which works for you. I'll just show you what I have and what works for me. So this is how I decorated the monthly section. I use different elements from different kits, and I have like a master list of things, self-care, that I need to do and want to do for myself, and then just a notation of different things that are going on in a month that I want to make sure I remember. And I did a simple monthly spread, no dates or anything like that on there. It's just more or less a dashboard like I would do my Christian faith planner, physical one. That's how I would do it there. I added this sleep tracker, which I am going to chart from last night into tonight, which is Thursday. So I can't wait to just get on a roll and do that. Then I set it up for next week. I'm just playing around with these elements. These are from Ladies Loving God, and this is next week. I don't know how I'm going to use this. It may just be a scripture, it may be a reflection, it may be something that I learned that day. I have no idea how I want to use it, but I will. It's a self-care, so it's going to have to do with something with my mental, spiritual health and wellness. Here's that daily godly tracking that I told you about. Prayed today, prayed to God today, smiled at someone, prayed for someone else, read my Bible, thank God for blessings. I think it's a good way to be accountable. It's not about being religious, but it's about being accountable to yourself, or your walk with Christ. I think it's a great way. And I'm reading the Shack, and so I just jotted it there, and I want to track it, and that's it. So I love this planner. Wait to October when I actually get to use all of it, or most of the sections in there that are suitable for me, and we'll see how it works out. I hope this gives you a bigger picture of what planners I use and why I use them and how it makes sense in my, as my husband would say, remember that movie Beautiful Mind? Like, you have a beautiful mind, Sherry. So that's how it works in my beautiful mind. It works for me. I've always wanted a self-care planner. I struggled for years trying to pull one together, and I wasn't able to kind of like keep up with it, but digitally works for me because of my life. I'm sorry, let me digress. What you see here is with this planner and all of her planners, if I'm not mistaken, comes with different covers that you can customize and change. So the cover on there was plain. I could have just put stickers on it, but I wanted to show you guys her overlay of her covers for the planner because I love flowers and I think it's really nice. I'm going to simply title this Planner, Self-Care Planner, plop a picture of myself on it, and I'll be done with it. I hope you guys were inspired by this video. I hope you guys kind of understand a little bit more about how I function in my planners. I use them every day as needed. Do I plan daily? Only if I have a lot of things to do is when I will plan something, whether it's homeschool or whether it's my personal life or faith. I'll do it daily, but for the most part, I'm a weekly girl and a monthly planner. And like I said, if I need to do something and I have a lot to do that day and I need to keep track of it, I'll just make a plan for that day and kind of pull it together and check it off as I need to. So thank you for watching. I think this is the longest video I've ever made. You will never see, nope, never say never. You won't see a video this long for a very long time. That's just, I like shorter videos, but this was necessary, and I hope you guys get a bigger or better picture of how I plan and why I plan. And then if you are a planner, whether it's paper or digital, it works the same way for me. I know people are not into the digital thing. It hasn't really caught on because I am too a paper and pencil pen type girl. I like to read that way. I like paper, the feel of paper in my hand, I like the smell of a book. I like the smell of a notebook and pages, but sometimes you have to do what works for you in your life. And I love digital planning because there's just so many ways to do it, and I really enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and stay safe and take care. Bye.